stage. We're going to indeed go with the Invoker pick, so the kill potential on Empire in the laning phase is really strong. You have to respect that. Even Mag on a Clockwork can go for solo kills on supports if the Sunstrike support is there. And you also have to worry about bottom lane. If a hero gets caught, it's dead.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to run it back as a carry Tide again. So one thing that we saw,
Envy's playing.
Oh, sorry. Off-lane Tide. All right, Envy's going to be playing carry Doom.
What we've seen Empire do in the past as well is they send Resolution solo safe lane or solo top against a 1v1 lane, and like they dual lane bid sometimes.
Okay. I don't think that's going to happen this game, though.
Always Want to Fly can do the pull as Radiant, as Rubik in the jungle.
Yep.
To stack, you know, the one I'm talking about. So the tier 2 terror at bottom.
5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
Way back, he was always like the Klinks player, the Darkseer player, and then the Wisp player, which was really weird. But that is a hero you definitely need a ton of experience on if you want to fully utilize what it's capable of. So no real surprise that he's going to be taking the reins on it in this game. And I was going to say, Silent had started with one of the greediest builds I've ever seen, but he actually did end up getting an extra branch in Tangos, and Mag in the top lane sporting his pots and pans suit.
How does Sing Sing do mid against Invoker?
I think it's actually very annoying for Invoker in this matchup because you get such an early bottle, you just continually spam Acid Spray and it zones the hero out. Like, you can't stand in it, you come in, joust for CS, and then walk away.
Yeah.
And once the Alchemist gets 6...
You can't zone him out.
Yeah, you can't really kill him on your own. With some rotations, they might be able to kill him, like if the Wisp and the Rubik come in mid, but even that is going to be kind of tough. They have to do it early if they want to get those kills.
Yeah, I think starting as soon as level 3, that's where the Acid Spray gets annoying. Like, you're not going to, again, die from it, but maybe you need to like start getting a point extra in Quas to start regenerating, and that's not where you want to be.
No, you never want to do that as Exort Invoker, because of the setups you have as well with Rubik and with Clockwork with the cogs.
It is going to be both teams running seemingly defensive tries here. Well, Cloud9 actually have a jungler, so not necessarily a defensive try lane, but it does mean that they're going to be getting a little bit more out of the laning phase, at least for the early portion.
Are they doing like Eternal Envy's items?
Envy was essentially waiting for a big creep to spawn, which they would now find out that camp's blocked off. And he just gave the first wave to AI 2000, so he could, or sorry, Pylai died to get a little bit of rest or farm.
What is it with Vayne starting the game with DDs? It just happens all the time for some reason. I'm not really sure. But bottom lane, it's going to be Bone 7 taking on a Rubik, a Gyrocopter, and a Wisp, which is very, very scary, even for a Tidehunter. Like, Kraken Shell is not really going to do that much good for you here, because if you get lifted and pulled back, you're already probably going to die. And the Kraken Shell does nothing against things like Rocket Barrage, so just a very, very scary lane in general. So
in this case, you have Vanscore taking all the experience from the pulls, and Always Want to Fly kind of just leeching a little bit in lane. Do you think this is the right way to do it? Like, I know getting level 6 on Wisp is like insanely important, but in this game, getting level 6 on Rubik is nearly equally as important. I think
that the Wisp is more about getting like the map dominance out, like straight away. Just saying, okay, you have to worry about us relocating on you at all times. And Mag is living life on the edge up here. Pylai Dai is just kind of running at him saying, well, I haven't actually put any skill points in yet, so I'm not going to be able to do much. But yeah, I do think that the Wisp is a little bit more important here. Because a Rubik is one thing to be able to steal a spell, but just having the constant threat of a Wisp relocate seems like the mental taxation that it has on the other team can be pretty good.
Okay.
I also think at the early stages...
Courier Snipe.
Oh,
man, score. It's dead. So dead.
No, that is huge.
He might die for it.
He has Tether.
As a
But he
spray
doesn't have
into a
anything to
stun, a
tether
ton
to.
of damage right clicks, and here
does.
comes the creep. Can he tether away to
Save
any
him.
support?
Oh!
Yes, he can. Always want to fly, lending a helping hand. Vanscore got away with murder.
Okay, so on the right side,
This could
Sing
be-
still got his bottle.
This could be bad here as oh, never mind. He's okay.
Question is Aoi paying attention to how much experience he's getting? That's the big thing. Because you can actually tell if somebody's
Yeah.
sitting on top
Yeah,
of you.
you can.
Aoi tells me that he knows the exact value of the creeps if he's
Is he gonna ping?
being like invis denied. Yeah.
He can't do anything. Just a little bit of leeching coming out from Mag, and he's already halfway to level 4 at 3 minutes in, so he's not doing too bad.
I think Resolution is smiling right now because if you're playing against an alchemist that's bottle crowing,
Well, not anymore, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Courier's dead.
all of a sudden the lane is a lot easier for him.
I mean, top lane Mag could be in some trouble. He actually pops a Cogs, pulls both Envy and Paladin side. They're just gonna say, yeah, we're not gonna get mana burned by those.
Stands in there for a bit.
That lane actually can't do anything to him until level 6.
Yep. It feels like all of these lanes, Cloud9 are just wanting to play passively, but they might give a lot away in the early game. And that's not what you want to do against Empire. I like what Bone 7 is doing, continue stacking that Ancients. He'll probably take it for himself. Once he has like level 3 Anchor Smash, you can start whittling that one down. Or with the
If you
Acid Spray.
use Acid Spray and Anchor Smash together, because
Yeah.
Anchor Smash is physical, you can actually take down the agents very quickly.
And during the laning phase, oh, Nightmare here on Mag. He's gonna be fine. Gets the rune, gonna be a little bit annoying to Mag. No harm, no foul. Just its resolution doesn't get it, but taking the rune away actually from your own teammate kind of stinks too, so I guess Sing is gonna be a little bit upset with that. His courier's respawning at 15 though. He'll start to be able to bottle crow again and actually get his boots, which are pretty darn important. But they haven't really prioritized moving around at all. I think Empire are okay with just making sure the Vanscore hits 6, and then to start using that to try to apply some kind of pressure. But they do need to be careful, man, because Enigma jungle's really damn fast.
Oh, always want to fly in middle with the cold snap.
Ting Ting's
Really
dead.
nice rotation. He is extremely dead.
Ghost Wall earlier in the game, or Ice Wall early in the game, gonna do a ton. There's that first blood. Resolution well onto his ways off Phantom Midas. About 350 to go. On the top, that looks like they're making dive for the clockwork. No.
Nah, he's fine. Those ganks, by the way, on Sing would never happen if his courier wasn't dead. Because the only reason he's even low on that lane is because he never had his bottle full.
Yep.
Like, he got it to him, but he used all the charges almost immediately. So he never was able to recover his HP, and he was 40 experience away from level 6 before he died. Which, if he was able to just use his ult, might have taken a lot longer to kill him, or might have been able to use it before they ganked him in the first place, and then a full health Alchemist maybe walks away from that. Definitely not the start Cloud9 we're looking for, but
Mag
There.
is pretty deep. Do we have TPs on? Yeah.
he can't really die, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, Envy's level 6, sure, but what is he going to do? Doom and walk at a clockwork when Pylai is only level 2?
Always want to fly has a TP as well, so he can just TP in and
Yeah,
save him.
the problem with this top lane is even if it's going to get a kill, it's going to get it very slowly. And as a result, you could just TP in and suddenly you're under tier 1 tower. I think the rotation for Enigma is going to be dictating. Mid lane's going to happen right there. Malefic's going to start things through. There's that ice wall, but the damage output is going to be enough. One more right click, it's going to be Enigma that picks up that last hit. Got to be careful, though. One more hit. Oh, it's going to be always one to fly that takes the kill. That ice wall just lasted forever.
He actually got level 6 off that TP as well, because a hero died. And he's going to get some creeps for it. Even steals the unstable concoction before he walks back to the tier 2. So always want to fly, definitely on top of his game there.
Well,
Looks like there's an Indus here top as well.
Resolution didn't actually lose any gold because he purchased the Hand of Midas recipe. He lost like
Nice.
5 gold or something.
That's 6-minute Midas. And it looks like Envy's going to be following suit with his own Midas.
No. They want them again in mid, I think.
I mean, again, he's not going to lose too much gold off of this because he's only got mostly reliable gold, but taking him off the map is going to be a big deal. The gank's going to come in right now. Stun.
Mag
Massive
has a
spray.
TP.
Well, let's see if it's going to TP be enough. Black Hole could be spent. In fact, they will use it right there. It's a long cooldown spell, but early game, definitely okay to spend it on the kill.
If they can deal some substantial damage to tier 1, I'd say it's more than worth it. There is a glyph up though, which is important to keep in mind, but there are conversions now, actually a double spawn of them, a creep wave and a catapult. So the timing of this gank was actually really nice because they synced it up directly with the catapult, but the Fable coming in lowers the push damage so much that the tower is not really, I think it's going to die here. Probably
Always
not
want to
even
fly
die.
is just farming all of these creeps.
Yeah. It's actually huge for him. He might
Yeah.
hit level 7 off the next wave. Oh, he hits level 7 off this wave, so there you go.
Jeez.
Level 7 Rubik at freaking 7 minutes into the
Holy
game.
shit.
If only Vanscore had that hero, right? Be like,
Well,
he'd have 3 more levels.
Well, I mean, Always on Fly has been playing well.
Yeah,
so-
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like, it would be nice if Vanscore also was level 7,
Oh, okay.
you know? Because he's been the one who basically cut off his own legs right now, and he's just like stacking the woods and such and left alone.
One thing we do know for sure coming in from yesterday's games that Cloud9's early game could be a little shaky.
But they can hold on to the game.
Yeah, this game, it doesn't seem too bad in the sense that a lot of people are sufficiently farmed. Doom is quite farmed, you know Enigma is definitely farmed, and Bone 7's got the ancient stack that he could fall back onto, same with Sing Sing, so for all it's considered, Cloud9 is an okay position. For Empire, I think they're where they want to be as well, especially if they could pick up,
Vanscore, no,
Tether
the tether
got
breaks!
canceled, but
He's
he has
got
a haste.
though. Okay, he's
Run it
fine.
off.
Whew.
That was weird. I wonder what canceled the tether. Maybe he double tapped it?
Double top did.
Yeah.
But if he didn't have that chainmail, he would have died because most of the damage was physical that came from the stun. So it's a pretty good thing that he had a chainmail on his Wisp. Pretty like awkward bottle chainmail.
Medallion finished on Sing. I think that's the early Roshan that they've been looking for with the Enigma. I think they wait on Ewi and they smoke in maybe.
There's also an insane amount of kill potential there as well.
Yeah.
Like you get a medallion, an acid spray concoction on somebody, that's already minus 11 armor with just level 3 acid spray. That stuff hurts, man.
Yep.
Especially when you're playing against squishy supports like Rubik and the Wisp as well. Although he does have a chain though.
Oh.
So.
I'm somewhat surprised by the lack of gank so far that Mag has done for the team, but looks like his Clockwork Hook was on cooldown.
I think he's waiting until level 7 maybe, or over and over extension maybe.
Yeah.
Smoke up here from Cloud9. Looks like they could be going for that very, very early Roshan.
Does that stun Roche if it explodes?
Nope.
It does not. It's just like straight up dying.
It's fine, man. He's got that regen.
Well,
And now he can regen more outside the Roshan pit. As
They're actually going to lose their ward outside of the pit. This
Yeah.
becomes extremely dangerous if a few more heroes walk in.
all they really need to do is have Enigma in there by himself. He could.
They can't finish it.
Well, if you have Acid Spray, a medallion as well as.
Yeah, but Silence here with a call down, and he's level 8, so...
I think Sing used the stuns, so Always Wanna Fly couldn't steal his ultimate.
Yeah, that's also a possibility, but stealing the stun is arguably better
Yeah.
in some situations, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the pit, and you have multiple heroes stacked up to try to like, kill Roshan or something like that.
It's one of the few spells in this game that you can have that spell and another spell running at the same time though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true.
Farm time happening from Boat 7.
Oh, he is happy.
Once he gets this, he gets a straight blink, which is pretty huge for Tidehunter. Especially on how this game's gonna go. They're gonna have a moment in time where they have both blink as well as black hole together.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just accidentally bumped you.
There's like a punch.
I had an itch. No, I went like
Is
this.
he hitting you again, Lumi?
My feelings are hurt.
I just didn't realize my arm was actually that long.
I know where he sleeps.
It's alright, man. Everything's fine. Anyway, more flares going to be thrown out just to make sure that Cloud9's not doing Roshan, so Mag doing his scouting duties, but this Ancient Stack is being devoured right now by Cloud9, and that is an insane amount of golden experience going their way. I mean, that's almost Bone 7's blink just from that.
Actually, seems like a lot of blinks is gonna finish right about time.
Yep.
If Envy wants that gold, he's gonna finish his blink right there. Anchor smash, bang.
There we go.
Lucky rockets for the kill.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's flying there. Alright, looks like it's gonna be a little bit off.
I think without the early Roshan though, like, even with Cloud9 getting the Blink Dagger up on the Tide relatively soon, and Aoi getting pretty close to his mech, if not, does he have it already? No, okay, just the buckler. But I don't know if it's enough to really give them a huge advantage. They have some pretty good wombo combo, but you also have to keep in mind that Vanscore is now level 6. Always Wanna Fly is going to be able to steal a pretty decent spell. His positioning this game and movement has been great.
Yep.
So I would like to see Cloud9 do something. I'm worried about fighting into Empire.
The relocate is up if they want to initiate somewhere, but I'm thinking it's maybe on Mag top to go and Violet Eye.
Yeah, it should be quite easy. Easy hook in into a relocate. But do you want to really spend 2 ultimate just for like a support kill?
Yeah, why not?
I guess. I mean, Always One Fly is rotating, and to be completely honest, all they really want is like 1 lift, toss him into the Clockwork, and that should be enough. Bane is somewhat tanky though, so gotta be careful.
Oh, they spot him.
Now Clockwork is walking jungle, relocate's gonna come through, so is the Sunstrike, and wow, bang.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, that was quick.
That was maybe a bit overkill.
Yeah.
Probably didn't need to relocate, but nevertheless, they get the kill. Actually, Vanscore was the one who picked it up, so that's a hashtag worth from his department.
He's going back for the urn.
That was like a James relocate just to get a kill, you know what I mean? To relocate across the map, just boom, got him. But they're not really going to be able to get much off of it in terms of applying pressure to lanes. Both teams pretty much just statically farming. Resolution's tower is actually quite low in the middle lane in comparison to Cloud9's due to the ganks that he's been receiving earlier. And now, tied with the Blink Dagger, Doom also going for that very, very quick BKB after his Midas, and Aoi with the mech.
It's time to go if you're Cloud9.
No, you wait on the BKB on Internal Envy, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
And then it's go time, yeah. He won't be like you hand him Midas and Devour. You can probably get it in like under 2 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be very quick. The one thing too is like you do kind of want armor as well. Like a plate mail, just a casual one even is good enough.
Against the forward spirits and like the right click damage from Berg up there, yeah.
I mean, mostly at this point of the game, it's fairly physical lacking for Empire. It's mostly magical, but eventually, yeah.
Well,
the ACs work.
Invoker does a lot of physical damage.
Yeah,
at
if
this
he
stage.
sticks it to the 2 Force Spear on you. Sunstrike's
Sunstrike in the pit, Sing, getting pretty low. They know what's going on now.
They're not
Can they
doing
actually
this.
react fast enough? Is it double damage?
I think they're using this as a bait because keep in mind that they have the Blink Ravage, so if Empire commits pretty hard, they can get him pretty badly. In fact, it might be happening right now. There's a double damage on Gyrocopter. That's a go back time. They doom him up for now. Where's the Blink Ravage? They need this badly. The Sun's gonna come through. The Ravage is still not here. Envy is moving slow. He comes in finally with the Ravage, gets 1 kill immediately. 2nd kill comes out. The Grip's gonna go on Resolution, and this is the fight they're looking for. Resolution's gonna get picked up as well. Great fight from Eternal Envy, the rest of the team, and they'll get Vanscore. That's 4 and a buyback. That's 5 and a buyback. Holy Toledo.
Holy Toledo indeed.
Okay, so the rest of the team definitely were not ready for that. There's going to be a call down inside of the pit. And it looks like Gyrocopter actually got doomed before he could do it the first time.
Yep.
And before he could Black Cannon as well.
But Mag actually hooked in and caught Bone 7 and another hero inside of Cogs. And they couldn't get to the fight to Ravage for ages, and Empire still couldn't win the fight fast enough to make it matter. So now, they force a buyback out of Empire, completely team-wipe them, and they're going to get roached down.
Yep. Sorry, I kept calling Bone 7 Eternal Envy because I keep remembering playing a TIE Hunter game.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, flashback from yesterday. But yeah, the Ravage was great, even though Mag went in and tried to stop him. But looks like the mid is trying to get a fight. The lift into stun looks like they're a little bit missing.
That was a creep, yeah.
And this is where you feel the pressure if you're Team Empire because they just lost a big fight. They need a lot as a return. But look at this push. It's pretty overwhelming. Sing Sing's gonna come in, drops off a stun. He'll run it back. Clockwork Hook's gonna go in though. Can they really kill him?
His ultimate was wearing off in 1 second.
The ultimate's down. Sing Sing's dead. Immediately the mech's gonna come through. Well, he's got the Aegis. And here comes Always Wanna Fly with the Sun. Sunstrike Arena on top. Off the respawn. It doesn't hit. And that's gonna be it for the fight. No, they keep on diving. Empire, they never look back. Keep on going, keep on going. Sing Sing's gonna get right click down. He needs physical survivability, like you said. Meanwhile, on the backline here, Eternal Envy gets off a Doom. After 1 kill, they want a 2nd kill on Mac as well. And the Doom is actually gonna do a lot of damage. Blink Anchor Smash. And it's gonna be a 3rd kill if it's not gonna get denied. There's no denied. 3 kills coming up. And the Force Spear is gonna get taken care of. The only silver lining in this fight is that Rubik stole Doom. But that's it.
I think there is more to it than that. I mean, they did kill Sing twice.
They got the tier 1
Right.
tower middle as well.
I mean, okay.
And they got the tower.
They
And
got a
were
tier
fighting
1.
it into an Aegis. That's the thing. Like, they did not know the meaning of fear. They were just going in because they knew that they didn't have Black Hole and didn't have Ravage.
Okay. Here's the age-old saying. And I'm
Age-old saying, I'm ready.
probably gonna butcher it.
Go on.
Okay.
Foolishness and courage could be the same thing.
What you mean to say is there's a fine line
Between foolishness,
bravery and stupidity.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
God
You
damn
were
it.
close.
Not really, but I had the idea.
Well, he knew what you meant.
Yeah. So you were saying for Team Empire, they got the T1.
It wasn't that bad. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't horrible.
It was.
I'm very worried for Team Empire.
So am I.
Because Gyrocopter essentially died back. Died to the Roshan pit, died back, and died again.
Yeah.
And he has what? A drums and a Yasha.
Well,
or
Blade
Blades
of
of Attack, not even the Yasha. So I think BKB is a necessity in this game if he wants to ever do anything, especially against Blink Ravage. You cannot count on Mac to actually zone out Bone 7 every single fight.
BKB, even with
Dire's top tower is
Doom,
under attack.
Bane, and Enigma, yeah, you still get BKB.
Oh, here comes the Rabbit just for one. They want Resolution dead, and they shall have it. Easy kill for Sing Sing. Tier 1's gonna go down. And the Empire is going to get something in return on the top lane, perhaps a tier 1 tower trade. Also in the mid lane, Mag is going to do a very excellent job in terms of pushing out the lanes, but they need to go back and defend tier 2 soon.
Dire's top tower
Alright,
has
that's the
fallen.
Yasha finished on Jura.
I think he really needs a BKB. Like,
Yeah.
even if it sucks buying BKB against Doom, like, if he doesn't have it, he's just going to get comboed to death every single fight.
Link Gush into into Anchor Smash. Well, that's a
What a
nice telekinesis.
Doom is still up.
I think they're going to go high ground. Oh, they're going to get a tier 2. Probably back it off.
I don't think they'll go high ground.
They'll go mid, but Mag's coming in from the back line. Could be a very big cutoff on that retreat. Here comes the rocket. The hook is gonna go in. It's gonna get on Doom, but Doom's got BKB. And look at Mag. He just melts. The Doom's gonna go on the Invoker, so he's not doing anything. Here comes Bone 7. He's going in. There's no black hole for AI 2000, so he's gonna go down. Tower is gonna get killed by the siege unit. Everybody will go back for now.
Body blocks from Bone 7.
Blink.
Relocate.
Alright.
Oh, he doesn't actually relocate with the gyro. He kept moving. Pylite Eye's going to be able to TP away. Envy, though, so low. Gets killed by Vanscore. It's a double. An Empire. Very impressive defense there. I love the play by Always Want to Fly. Dooming Sing, even with his ult on, because he saw the unstable concoction animation.
yeah.
And it makes it so he can't throw the stun, so he just stunned himself and ended up dying. And at that point, Awie's like, okay, well, I either black hole and the Rubik steals it, or I die because I blinked in to try to save my teammate. Or not blinked, but walked in.
I think there was a 4 summons from Resolution. If he had attacked the Tide with one of them, he wouldn't have been able to blink away and TP.
Yeah.
I think the fight for me there was, so we see Bone 7 a little bit of trouble. Here comes AI 2000, still holding that black hole. Haven't used it yet so far in a team fight.
He used it once, I think.
For the mid
For a mid kill, yeah.
Dire's bottom tower.
The fight for me was Mag backstabbing and suicidally hooking in. Like,
Yeah.
sure, he died instantly, but that cog was in the center of the fight such that it was really hard for Cloud9 to retreat or to fight.
You know what I love about watching when I watch Empire though is that they actually don't care. Like, they don't feel fear. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they will go in and fight if they think they can win. And they actually, in my
They think
opinion,
they can win all the time.
Yeah, they think they can win all the time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but that's what makes them fun to watch as
Yeah.
a team. But they actually are doing good in fights where
Yeah,
I
they
feel
are.
like they should be getting massacred. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty soon, though, all of C9 is going to have BKBs, like dangerously soon.
Yeah, I think that's also why they're putting so much emphasis on
Yeah.
just aggressively fighting now. So maybe they can get a bit more out of their heroes until those BKBs finally do come up. Because once that happens, the game's going to be like not
fun.
so easy.
Do you think Necro 3 will make an impact in the game?
I think Resolution is, like, outside of Silent right now, the big factors of who can actually kill, even once those BKBs start coming out, because we saw the Envy still drop pretty low pretty darn fast. He has no armor. He went blink. So he's got 2 armor, BKB, and a blink dagger, which means he can still get focused inside of cogs if there's a Necro Book and the Force Spirit's hitting on him. So.
And I think Sing Sing's on the same boat, right? I mean, essentially a very high HP, low armor hero.
He's got 9 armor at least.
Yeah, well, he's got a medallion, which that 6 armor is essentially fake, because most likely you want to be using it. So we need to see some quick plate melts. Maybe a Shiva's coming out from your Doom, maybe an AC coming out from Sing Sing, or swap it around. But obviously, I think BKB's the priority right now.
BKB into more effective HP. That's pretty much what Cloud9 are going to be going for the most part. And I think Aoi has his BKB on the courier. Is that what's delivering right now? Yep.
Silence also about 750 gold away from his
That's
BKB.
Courier, please.
Ooh,
Courier,
Blink Ravage is coming very soon. They gotta retreat.
Oh, it's dead.
Oh, AoE with the plays, with the Midnight Pulse. That AoE, man.
Would you give up a courier to avoid that team fight? I think so, right?
I mean, if you were going to lose like 3 heroes or something like that, I would say
It seemed like they were
fine.
going to lose 3 team fights. Well, you don't know. Team Empire somehow makes very little.
Couriers don't give experience as well, so there's that.
I think Cloud9 are okay with that situation, even without getting a kill, because they can just pressure the tier 1. And in fact, I think they're just going to kill it straight up.
Yep. And you keep on rolling if you're Cloud9, right? Go for that tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't see what's stopping you.
Well, they're gonna
except
go
for
back.
the
Yeah,
resolution
go
is
for it.
pushing bottom. Yeah.
The funny thing about this push is that Cloud9 actually aren't that great at killing towers, so Resolution pushes faster by himself than like the whole team of Cloud9. Well, maybe not the whole team, but
That's
maybe
all,
two or
that's
three
only for the
members.
moment though. When they start getting the auras up
Yeah.
on Doom for Alchemist, like Sing Sing's gonna hit
Tower
so fast.
deny. Pi. Yeah.
Got it.
Nicely done.
Dire's bottom tower has been
He
denied.
Twilight Die also has a BKB.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Team Golden. I mean, a lot of these BKB, there is still some sort of answer coming out from Empire. You could hook in and cancel whatever you see fit if you get their angle. Also,
It's quite difficult to cancel
yes.
3 things at once with
That,
one hook.
Oh man, just cancel it.
yeah.
It's
The
fine.
other thing is, if you're AI 2000, you got to be careful about not giving Black Hole away because suddenly your BKBs aren't doing anything at that point.
Especially Bane ulti. If they can get Bane ulti on top
Yeah.
of Sing or maybe Eternal Envy, it could be pretty huge.
So what is first question is Empire in trouble right now?
Yeah, I think they are in trouble. Like, there's no doubt about that. I think Cloud9 in the next probably 5-10 minutes are going to hit their stride. So their team composition is going to reach its critical mass, and you're going to start having to worry about them walking at you with his death ball with BKB, Enigma, and Black Hole, and Ravage, and all these, like this Alchemist who's still getting a decent amount of farm. Maybe not like super scary, but he can throw in another stun. He's very hard to take down now that he has magic immunity. I think Empire should fear.
I worry for Mag here when he has a blade mail, but 4 members of C9 have BKB.
Yeah, so that blame mail essentially just gives him some nice stats. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You get damage, armor, and intelligence.
Now, the next follow-up question is, what should Empire do at this given moment to dig themselves out of this hole? I mean, picking off against this particular Cloud9 team is going to be difficult because of the BKBs. Trying to push against them is hard. And I think finally Empire is going to be starting to go for a little bit late game. I like the stacking that they're doing. And yeah, you start just going for late. I mean, let's not forget, Flat Cannon is a thing when you put some damage item on it.
I think there's always that interesting dynamic in games where you see a team that reaches a point and they feel incredibly strong, and then 10 to 15 minutes after that, their strength is kind of waned and
Yeah.
the game kind of evens out again. I feel like that's what Cloud9 are going to run into more or less. Sure, the Doom is always going to be extremely relevant. Sing with his build, he's not really going the atypical hard carry Alchemist style. It's a mid-alch, right? So you're not building standard, I'm going to farm the entire map. So you're going to have Silent on the Gyrocopter, who's going to be doing a tremendous amount of damage, backed up by Resolution. It's basically a dual core versus a dual core.
Yep.
And in terms of physical damage output and single target focus, I think that Empire might have a slight advantage if you consider that both cores on both teams have BKBs. And I think Resolution is making one, because he's got the Ogre Club in his stash right now. And
Also-
Silent already has one.
The key factor in these fights is whether Envy could get to Resolution with the Doom.
Yeah.
If you could blink in Doom and suddenly the fight gets much, much easier.
Honestly,
or
I think you can Doom
Silent before he BKBs, yeah.
and flat cannons, because that's what happened in the team fight bottom. He couldn't get the flat cannon off.
So getting that initiation, and the fact that he got quite a late blink for that, it's going to be vital. But for now, they're going to just enjoy their farming advantage. Here comes a blink dagger from AI 2000 as well. How many blinks and BKB you were looking at on this team? 4 BKBs, 2 blinks.
I mean, that's what you have to do, right? That's the one weakness that you could say of Empire's lineup, is that during a certain stage in the game, BKBs will negate like 90% of your damage output.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Envy actually has his Shivas finished as well, and they're going to be going for the second Roshan of the game, I believe.
Yep. They gotta do it soon though, because tier 2 top is being hammered down by Empire, and that tower's gonna go down quite quickly. Glyph is gonna be expended for it.
And Resolution is bottom with the Alacrity Necromicon.
Necronomicons.
Necromicon.
Yes, Comic-Con 2014.
Mass TP going out on top lane to give up the Roshan here. No blink on this main, so
Fallen to the dark.
they're still blinking forward. Shiva's
Oh,
guard,
the
not gonna
force
catch a Nagel. They really want these kills.
I don't think they can chase
No,
him.
let's just back it up.
They actually gave the Aegis to Sing, which I find is pretty weird. Like, typically, you don't want to give an Aegis to a hero who has any kind of transformation ability,
Yeah.
or anything that is a long cooldown that you need to fight, because you pop back up and you don't have it anymore.
Like Dragon Knight, for example.
Yeah.
Or-
I guess they just feel that Eternal Envy right now, who is, I guess, the most ideal next
Oh,
Aegis
middle lane,
carry.
always
He's
on
not
fly.
gonna die.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Oh, and
Envy's not gonna.
Yeah,
Envy's
Envy's not gonna
always-
die. Always on a flies though.
he's got his blink dagger though.
Yeah.
Is it kind of? It's not great when they have 4 BKBs though, really, is it?
Well, the
Like-
Blink Dagger is like, it's always good in my opinion.
Okay.
Like always good. Even if a hero has a BKB, you can Blink Initiate. Even if the hero has a BKB and say, for instance, you're always on a fly, you can Spell Steal a really good ulti, like a Ravage or a Black Hole, which I think if Rubik doesn't have that item in this game, then Empire would be in an even worse spot, because a lot of it's on always on a fly now. Can I steal the big ulti? Can I make the play happen?
Yeah.
Is blink dagger too like OP at the moment? Because in nearly every game we see like at least 50% of the people get it.
I think even if it was reverted back to what it used to be, people would still buy it
Okay.
just as frequently. I
Well,
mean, you would
I
have to
mean-
build it differently though, right? Because some heroes don't have the mana pool to really support 75
Exactly.
mana for Blink.
Yeah.
And you can also use it less liberally around the map just to get around places faster, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would definitely make it a lot worse, but I like the way that it makes teams play now, because you see a lot more
Aggression.
aggression, yeah.
A little bit of guff on the mid lane. Always want to fly.
Get that level death. Oh, I got the
Ooh,
barrel.
that's a great spell. Time
think
to
so?
level up, guys. Get some farm in the jungle as a Rubik. Why not?
But he has blink clap now. I think he's looking for something else. Oh, blink stomp.
Centaur, maybe?
War stomp, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Wait, he didn't get the skill.
Oh, I can't use it, I guess.
Yeah, because it takes up the same slot, right? Because the only reason the other slot is
Yeah.
there is for abilities like Illusory Orb.
Yeah. Well, that's
so you can jaunt to it.
I mean, it's a mini Midas of
Radiant's
sorts.
middle tower is under attack.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually is, because when the creep dies, you get 100 bonus gold. And then you get the gold from the creep.
I think
just from it
Midas
dying.
is a lot about experience, though.
Yeah, it is.
Rather than gold.
Yeah, it's 2.5 times EXP.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, top is they're a little bit trouble.
Bottom lane, Bone 7 could actually be in some trouble. He's going to be able to force step away.
What?
Nice, 4-step into a cog. Bone 7 pops the Ravage. But is it actually going to be able to save? Envy blinks in. Looks like they are going to be able to mech Bone 7. We'll be fine. Resolution wants the heck out of here, man. He's going to pop that Ghost Walk.
2 levels in Wex is pretty slow.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He'll be able to TP away.
Meanwhile, there has been an interesting dance on the top part of the map as you have Resolution, or sorry, Silent was been staying in the tree for like essentially a minute. And the only reason he was able to make it out alive was Mag creating all this distraction on the bottom side of the map.
That was a really interesting set of engagements, I have to say.
Yeah.
And the fact that Bone 7 lived through that, even if he had to expend Ravage, I think it's fine. Because everyone who is basically on the side of Empire had to TP back to base. So the time that Ravage is on cooldown is time that Empire is not really going to be able to punish them too much. Still a really close game, though. If you look at the farm, like sure, Cloud9 are leading in golden experience, but it's not to say that Silent and Resolution aren't getting their gold from creeps, because they actually have the highest overall CS. It's just the net worths are a bit skewed because Cloud9 have taken some good fights.
The
and
towers,
Roshans.
yeah. And then the buybacks, let's not forget about that one. So I think Empire is slowly getting back to that stage where something that you talked about earlier, always on the fly. It looks like it's going to get picked off again.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they're slowly going back to a stage where the BKBs, the threat of those BKBs, the superiority of those BKB grant you starting to wear down a little bit. And then your Invoker, your Gyrocopter starting to pick up a little bit more physical damages, which is where you want to gear towards to. But I think with the Rubik's death, it's inviting to a tier 2 push. And I don't think that Empire could defend that one. I mean, they could try.
It depends on how confident they are that Ravage is going to be on cooldown for the fight. I mean, if they think it's down, I'd say they could defend.
Can you steal spells through Blacking Bar?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Radiant's top tower
That's
is
what
under
I
attack.
Bot lane's going to be a grip on Resolution. Are they going to doom him? I think it's worth
He's
the doom.
dead anyway.
No, he's got the...
Oh, the relocate!
Just
He's
doom
still
him.
alive,
Just
actually.
doom
Envy,
him.
he doesn't have the mana for the Doom. He's actually going to go down. Empire, they turn it around in a big way, but top, they do manage to pick off Always Want to Fly. The poor guy just can't catch a break.
And I think the reason he doesn't have the mana for the doom is because he lucky Necrobook
Shot
somewhere.
on to Sing. Teleport coming in. Resolution's going to be the
They
one.
got the black hole.
Oh,
if they
he
want to
actually
use it.
blinks away. Sing BKB is just going to teleport out. No big deal.
Just should not take the fight. I mean, they had black hole and the midnight pulse down. I thought that was a good one, but it's good. It's fine.
MKB finishing Silent as well.
Yeah.
But saving Resolution there was huge. Like, keeping him alive, Silent now getting really, really scary on top of that. I think Empire are still, even with the slight deficit, they're still okay.
Yeah. Is this going to be a Lincoln's or a Hex from Resolution?
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Linken's, to be totally honest. Because typically when you buy Hex, you want to be the hero who initiates for your team.
You need a blink as well.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it might be Linken's, but it's not to say that Hex would be bad. It's just that Linken's blocks a Concoction. It can potentially block a Doom, depending on if Envy's like the first Linken's, right? Maybe you don't click on the hero and you don't realize he has it, and you're like, oh crap, I just doomed the Linken's, you know? Stuff like that can win you a fight, so.
And it's also the time it takes to cast level death and then Doom is quite a long time.
Yeah, reactionary time that you can use to invoke like a Deafening or maybe a Ghost Walk or something like that.
I think if you're looking towards to like preventing BKB from activation, Hex is obviously what you're going for, but a Hex right now isn't going to be as good as a Hex, let's say 15 minutes from now, because that's when the BKB timer is starting to go down. So even if you don't catch them, oh, here comes the Ravage, it's going to be there. They have a grip perhaps. No, the perfect chain set with the relocate. It's going to be there, and they spent a Ravage for that.
Van score, and he can go back in with BKB and they can fight this.
Yeah, they definitely will fight this, I think.
Yeah.
They can't feel too confident. Also,
Resolution's also
they're going back in.
They want to actually try to fight this. BKB's everywhere. Griff is actually going to
Black hole
with the black hole. It's going to hit on 3. The Deafening tries to cancel, but Aui's got the BKB silent. He might be going down. He's still doomed inside of his own BKB. It's 3 down. Make that 4. Triple kill for Envy. And Team Empire just getting walked over in that fight. They're even chasing Resolution inside of the base. They're just not done. Mats blinks forward. Resolution pops the BKB.
Holy shit.
That was crazy.
And nobody has to go for buyback, so this tower is on its own, man. Well, and Resolution, but I don't think he's really going to offer a lot of defense. The right clicks are coming through. The Mirax is going to be going down. Invoke is going to be your spell, man. Do you throw down a Deafening Blast? I'm not sure what it's on cooldown. Blink forward. The Gush is going to be there, and they're going to get him down very easily. Resolution. It's going to take a Midnight Pulse. A couple more right clicks. They are going to get him dead. All dead. Rax exposed, and Cloud9 looking good to take game number 1.
Man, that was like best case scenario into worst case scenario for Empire. They go, oh yeah, Bone 7 doesn't have Ravage. Let's totally take this fight, you know?
Always want to fly, got caught in the black hole, and that is his job. Like, don't get caught in the black hole.
I think maybe he was a bit overzealous because they were confident in taking the engagement. You can see how they were positioned. They're like, yeah, this is our time.
Yeah.
You know? But
and it seemed like it too.
I don't know. I just felt like watching that team fight, it kind of went in slow motion because you saw the Enigma coming in from the back. And it's just like, he has BKB. You saw Resolution come in, he tried to cancel it. But it's a very long duration BKB. So regardless of whether or not the black hole like gets canceled, I think the damage is pretty much already done at that stage. But plays like that win you games, man.
I don't think Empire's complete out of it just yet.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think at this late stage of the game, where you could just like get a Black Cannon going, go for the late game. Bruno thinks it, but Bruno doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, I think Empire has the team fight capability to win one fight. I mean, you gotta win like 2 or 3 more fights to say you're even, but you're not losing the game right now.
When you always want to fly in this case as well, and that happens to you in that team fight, you realize, okay, I need to play smarter, and I need to adapt to this.
I mean, I could totally see somehow him slowing a black hole next time and just answering right back. And when you have things like Deathling Blast, Meteor, Flat Cannon, don't count Empire out just yet. But obviously, Cloud9 heavily favored at this moment.
I think the one thing first, before I say anything more, is they can't spawn Roshans, Bruno, so it's going to be a bit harder.
Look what Bone 7's about to buy.
Yeah, okay, I don't...
Yeah, and then look at...
Oh god, refresher.
Yeah, Doom's
Eternal Envy has the blue stick of... Yeah.
Oh god. You know, the Linken's choice is a bit interesting to me. Just because you can still get hookshot, right? Like, that's the big thing. I think even more so than always want to fly staying back, it's Mag who has to stay back. Because stealing the black hole should pretty much always happen if you're in a good position, but you need to be able to stand there to cancel it if you're Mag. Like, Mag's job is to cancel the black hole. Always want to fly's job is to steal it.
Yeah.
Right? So those two heroes both need to be pretty much all the way back and just hope that Silent can do the 3v3 skirmish, right? Because that's basically what it's going to be.
Here's the thing, though. If Cloud9 knows the only way they really lose is, like, get their black hole cancel, stolen, and then use against them.
I don't think that's the only way they lose.
Really?
Because the way that Cloud9 have to play this, say for instance Aoi sits in the back the entire time because he has to wait out for the black hole, and it's only a Ravage, I think that Silent actually... Two Ravages. But I think Silent does enough damage to where it could potentially force a bad engagement from Cloud9 because they're waiting too long to go in, you know?
Okay.
Because I think they're more reliant on their
own. You might see engagement like that in the middle. No, never mind.
Envy just blows up, always want to fly, see you later.
Okay,
that
so
double damage.
this is how I see the team fight going for this game. I think Enigma doesn't even need to black hole. Drop Midnight Pulse, drop your mech, just go in, like do your small spells.
Okay.
And as soon as you see a black hole opportunity that catches a Rubik, yeah, you go for it.
Even just blink in and black hole Rubik.
Or blink in and drop a Midnight Pulse with your BKB on. I think the rest of the team would double Ravage with an Accept or Doom, and of course Sing Sing, who's getting pretty stacked at this given moment. If he finished Abyssal Blade before the next team fight, for example, suddenly he is going to be the front line that you also have to deal about.
What about a Rapier on Silent? Will that do enough damage to kill all of
Yeah,
them?
that would, but I don't think he's going to have it for the next fight. He's
He
close.
has enough for the Relic right now.
He's got enough for the Relic. I think that Cloud9 is so ahead that they don't need Black Hole to win the fight. It's my point.
Okay.
But
It's all about the BKB timing on Silent, I think.
Yeah.
If he can get the BKB off just before Bone 7 gets the Ravage and keep up the DPS, I think he'd be okay. And not get doomed as well. It's a lot on Silent.
here's the thing. It's Aegis, it's Cheese, it's 4 BKBs, all ultimates online from
Radiant's middle
Cloud9.
tower is under attack.
But they're going to defend the base. All right.
Let's do this.
Well, they're going to get the tier 2 release. They're not sending everybody back.
Vanscourt doesn't have a TP scroll, so if
They
he...
need to be really careful about what they're doing right now, man, because you're playing against a Wisp. They could very
Yeah.
easily force an engagement on you. I think they realize that, and they're saying, okay, we should get back.
Actually, everybody just TP, or 2 people of Cloud9 TP back, but they haven't shown themselves yet. So Empire also doesn't know where Cloud9 is. And finally, Dooms is going to go top.
Vanscourt is favoring the stick over the bottle. He sold his bottle instead of his magic stick.
I think in a chaotic team fight, if you want burst regen, a stick is what you look towards you. But
Yeah, I mean, are you ever really going to get a couple bottle charges off enough to a point where it actually heals Silent in a fight?
I think if I'm like, for example, let's say for whatever reason you're gyrocopter and you have a bottle, like let's say you played mid gyro, I would keep my bottle for the chances of DD runes, but that's just like a fairly corner case. I think most of the time a magic wand is probably better than a bottle.
Okay. Even a magic stick?
Yeah, it's just essentially your hero has 250 more HP, right? If you time it correctly, or 150.
150, yeah.
I was a math major.
He knows, man. He knows his math.
Don't question.
That's basically what it boils down to. So, Cloud9 looking poised to walk down a lane and potentially just straight up kill it. Resolution, by the way, is going to go for that Hex. So it's not going to be Lincoln's choice. I think for high ground defense, Hex is actually way better than Lincoln's.
Yep.
Because heroes are going to have to commit to like walking up. Okay, we have our cores are all melee.
Ooh.
So we got to walk in. Nightmare on
Mag
the
is in a
mag.
lot of trouble.
Oh, the sun's gonna come through. Link Malefice, Midnight Pulse. Calldown's gonna be there for Ravage number 1. Ravage number 2, but it's stolen. It's gonna be back. Oh, it's one fly. He gets hit. He chops the Ravage before the black hole comes out. The black hole will come out, and everybody is locked down. Resolution dies. I think Silent's already dead. Resolution's dead, and GG is gonna get called out. Cloud9 breaks base on the second push.
Well, I got to say, this game went from being very close at some points to not really that close at all after a couple of really good team fights coming out of Cloud9. I mean, that's just one of the factors that you always have to deal with when you're playing against